It's recording? Cool. So, I'm going to make a video about this current coronavirus, U.S. patent 101-30701. And that's right, a U.S. patent. It was filed in 2015, successfully patented as an invention in 2018. The Pirbright Institute is located in Surrey, England, not Wuhan, China. China told the world in the 12th month last year, 2019, on the 20th. I believe it was actually like the 17th, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they told us on the 20th, just because. That they had a deadly virus. I was reading it on RT, which is Russian television, but it's located, well, not located, it's they broadcast out of Washington, America, London, England, Moscow, Russia, and I believe there was a fourth place that they come out of, but one of the most non-hypocritical news I've ever seen. They tell it as is, how the countries decide to say it, which is good. I like that. And I was reading natural news until they were like full-blown, China's the problem, we're going to war, we need to get rid of those Chinese, communism, communism is a group of people that work together for the betterment of the community. I would say China is more of a fascist, capitalist society, not communist. Russia is more communist. Canada is more fascist. America is more fascist. We're run off a plutocracy, which is a government run by the rich. And this is going to prove it. So the CDC, not only are they funded by China, big public funder, China, big private funder, the Bill and Linda Gates Foundation. Don't forget that name. The Bill and Linda Gates Foundation, also biggest private funder. They're not allowed to be public funders. I don't know why. It's some stupid politics. But the World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control, both funded by the same organization, the Bill and Linda Gates Foundation. Only one of them funds China, or funded by China. The bats are 600 kilometers away from Wuhan and hibernating. Not only that, but the Wuhan open market or wet market, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's no different having a farmer's market out of town. It's open market. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, not only that, but there are no bats or pigs that are sold on that market. So there's no way that the original story that they got from the movie Contagion or the movie 12 Monkeys the first cases that were ever actually reported, but they didn't know what it was a U.S. soldier that died on the way to doing Hunger Games. Or not Hunger Games, sorry. I keep thinking of that movie because it reminds me so much of what America does. He was on his way to war games with China. The U.S. and China were doing war games, and one of the soldiers died along the way of that said virus. Not to mention, there was the first real noticed case, other than the one that the CDC admitted to having, which was the soldier, was I believe it was a guy, but I could be mistaken. So we're just gonna say person in Italy who also died of the coronavirus before it even reached China. So oh yes, and the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the same one that lobbied Hitler into power. They're not the only ones. There's quite a few American companies. Standard Oil changed their name to Panamanian Oil in order to get their ships across without being detected so that they can give oil to Hitler. America's companies supported Hitler's oil, their rubber, their tanks, their trucks, their airplanes, their bombs, their weapons. even the gas they made. And then they used their White House powers to take all that money that their overseas partners had used in Germany and got the money back for it. So, yeah, we don't live in a democracy. Anyways, the IMF on the 10th month in 2019 told the world that it was going to go through an even worse recession than 2008. And then a month later, the CDC, yep, guess who funded them? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, also funding the virus being created and patented. They also patented the vaccine, so they're the only ones that are allowed to make it. The CDC was hiring quarantine management in the major cities that are currently hit in the U.S. right now, like the majorly hit major cities in the U.S. A month before the virus even got out, the CDC was hiring quarantine management. Okay, so basically what I've got to the point is, this is a corporate attack on humanity. This isn't China. This isn't like, I doubt Trump even knew what was going on. Why would you tell your puppet what you're doing, to be honest? Like, that's a joke. They didn't even tell JFK what they were doing when they went over to Cuba. These are just points that I definitely believe that you should go and look them up because they're quite concerning. And this whole anti-China crap that I'm hearing from natural news is a joke. It's not China, okay? They were attacked. But America is under attack because this isn't just a country that's attacking people. These are corporations that are trying to commit the Agenda 21 and Event 201 all over the world. They want a one world government police state, and they will do anything to get it. And this mass quarantine all over the world, waiting 4 or 5 months to actually start closing borders, and like my country is not the same country that Natural News is the U.S. I'm Canada, in the sense that I live in Canada. But Israel, Agenda 21, trying to start a UN that only has 70 countries, but those 70 countries are going to make up the entire world. And if you don't bow down to what they say, then you will be dealt with. And actually, I'm going to pull up in my Bible because there's a piece that I just remembered. It's Isaiah 4, I believe. The piece in that, anyways. It's Isaiah 5, 18 to 19, and it says, "Woe to those who draw crookedness with cords of falsehood, and as sin as with ropes, who are saying, let him hurry, let him hasten his work, so that we see it, and let the counsel of the set-apart one of Israel draw near and come, so that we know." That is what Israel is trying to do. Woe to them. They are trying to cause Yehoshua to return, and they're going to kill a lot of people to do it. And they believe that they're the chosen people, so that nothing's going to happen to them. So they're fully exempt from any punishment. But it says right there in the Bible, woe to them. And you talk about Revelations, what's going to happen. That's because they are going to make that happen. They are dead set against killing off a large section of humanity. They want a population of 500 million. That's what they want. There's like 8 billion people on the earth. So imagine what's going to happen to the majority of us. Anyways, this is not about China attacking America or America attacking China or something like that. This is a corporation of corporations of a groups of people who don't care about you, who are willing to strip all your rights, and they're never going to give them back. We are headed into a world police state, and most people are agreeing with it, which is exactly what the Bible said. People will beg for it. Open your eyes. Yehoshua died on a stake for the sins of all mankind. And we have a very limited opportunity to take that option. So, yeah, have a good day.